Chag Sameach. Yom Tov is a time of joy and happiness. It's the times the Torah says that we are supposed to spend time with family, friends, and with Hashem, celebrating what's unique about being Jewish. Yom Tov refers to scriptural holidays such as Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, the three festivals, Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot, as well as Rosh Hashana, the day of Rosh Hashanah. And what is unique about these days? So the Torah says a few things. First of all, there's a mitzvah of v'samachta b'chagecha. You're supposed to be happy on the Chag. It's a time we celebrate with Hashem, and you're supposed to be happy. So on Yom Tov, people make sure before the holiday to get gifts for the people around them, to make sure that they maybe get themselves something, and on the Chag to do what makes them happy, eat, drink, sing, study Torah, whatever it is. That's one mitzvah that is very important to the Chag, v'samachta b'chagecha. Another mitzvah that's very relevant to Yom Tov is you're supposed to make sure that while you're happy, others are not left out. And so the Torah says, v'samachta ata v'halevi v'hager asher b'sh'arecha. You're supposed to be happy, but don't forget those in need. Don't forget the yatom, the orphan, the almanah, the widow, the ger, the convert, and the stranger among you. Make sure that they too can celebrate and rejoice, that they don't feel left out. That's also a very important mitzvah relating to Yom Tov. Another mitzvah we have on Yom Tov that we have also on Shabbat is the mitzvah of kiddush. You're supposed to make kiddush when Yom Tov enters, so you take a cup of grape juice or wine and bless the Yom Tov when it comes in, bring in its holiness, and recognize how so much more special this day is than any other day. Although we have positives, there are also things that we need to make sure not to do on Yom Tov. The laws of Yom Tov are equal to the laws of Shabbat. What you cannot do on Shabbat, you cannot do on Yom Tov. However, there is an exception. Ochel nefesh. Things that you need to do to eat on Yom Tov, there are many leniencies. Things that you cannot do on Shabbat, you can do on Yom Tov. So for example, you're allowed to use fire on Yom Tov. You're allowed to take a fire and cook something on it. Now, from the Torah, you're allowed to take the fire and use it and even turn it on. However, you can't start the fire. So that's why you'll see a lot of people will have a candle that is lit from before Yom Tov, so that if they need to light something, they pass the fire from one candle to the other. So you can't start a new fire, but you're allowed to pass from one candle to the other. Once you have a fire and you can start a fire by moving it from the existing candle to the stove, you can cook and prepare food so that you have fresh and warm food for the Chag. That's one thing you're allowed to do. Another thing you're allowed to do on Yom Tov that you can't do on Shabbat is hotza'ah. You're allowed to carry in a place where there's no eruv, there's no place that you can carry. If it's a place you cannot carry on Shabbat, there's no eruv around your city which would permit you to carry. On Yom Tov, you are allowed to carry if it's necessary, not for no purpose at all, but if it's necessary, you can carry even if there's no eruv. Another very big difference between Shabbat and Yom Tov is the work category of borer, selecting. You are on Shabbat, you are not allowed to pick out from the food the bad items. You're only allowed to pick the good from the bad. However, on Yom Tov, you're allowed to select out. If it's easier, you're allowed to take out what you don't want in the food to make it easier to eat. So again, on Shabbat, you can only choose the food you want from the food you don't want. But on Yom Tov, if it's easier to take out the food you don't want, then borer is also permitted. So you have lighting fire, taking out without a eruv, and borer, all with leniencies on Yom Tov. And then you have the positives, the mitzvah of v'samachta b'chagecha, being happy on the Chag, making sure that others are also happy. Ger, yatom, almanah, levi, all of them, make sure you make them happy as well. And finally, the mitzvah of kiddush and havdalah. There's an article with more details on the laws of Yom Tov here at the video description. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Chag Sameach. May the blessings of Yom Tov extend for you and your family far beyond Yom Tov into the rest of the year. V'hasi'enu et birkat moadecha. May the blessings of the holidays extend into the rest of the year. Chag